Okay,
You're
You're
on
on
okay,
on.
full,
thank you. All
right?
right, and everybody can see and hear me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And good evening, District 130, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us. My name is Mohammed Ikrama. I am the coordinator for the Afterwork Sessions English Rooms. And today is a very wonderful day. I was thinking to myself about how Toastmasters became the organization it is for over 100 years. And the answer came to me in the form of an inspiration. And it appeared in the way that I never thought it could. There have been changes in systems, there have been demonstration of leadership, there has been a lot of pivoting of certain ideas from one stage to another. If you look at the Toastmasters logo from when Toastmasters was founded in 1924, you'd realize that so much has gone into building this organization into what it is today. And a lot of changes have happened. As close as 2018 was, when you look at 2018, at that time when the new Toastmasters education program was introduced, not everybody was adopted because we were using an older method, an older education program, which was called the Competent Communication Program. And you go through the Competent Communicators Manual, you go through the Competent Leadership Manual, you go through all of them, and you end up delivering about 40 speeches to complete a certain manual. And after achieving that completion, you are now able to become a distinguished Toastmaster along with certain leadership accomplishments. So why is that necessary? Because since the creation and the introduction of the new education program, which is the Pathways Learning Program, Toastmasters education has changed drastically. People are now beginning to see in real time what their impact and their progress is like in their clubs and in their areas and in the divisions. Recently, there has been a new change that has happened to the Distinguished Club Program. The Distinguished Club Program is that program that every club aims to achieve because it is the indication and the metric we use to measure the club's progress. And when the club is progressing, it means members are delivering speeches and learning and becoming leaders and learning to speak confidently and competently. Someone may wonder, what is after-work sessions and this TLI that they've been seeing? The TLI stands for Toastmasters Leadership Institute, and it is managed under the office of the Program Quality Director of the district. It has a chair. Our own chair for this mandate is Distinguished Toastmaster Edith. The purpose of the Toastmasters Leadership Institute is to bridge the gap in leadership experiences and access to resources and getting updates between new elected leaders and even old leaders and the information source within Toastmasters. Certain alignments and realignments tend to take place from time to time. And when that happens, it comes with new policies and new documents and resources. So for members to have access to that, that's why the Toastmasters Leadership Institute exists. And the afterwork session is particularly designed to be able to address certain leadership gaps and problems that exist within a district for a particular mandate. For this mandate, the topics have been curated by the Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Nicole Bupe, along with our own very chair for the Toastmasters Leadership Institute, Distinguished Toastmaster Edith. And They are designed in such a way that they're going to be able to address all the problems that are explained. Thank you so much, Mr. Blue Master. Thank you so much. And to address all of those problems, as a result, we're here today to learn about the new changes to the Distinguished Club programs. I'm not going to be coordinating the session. I'll be inviting our moderator to take us through what we have today. And our moderator is Toastmaster Muhammad Bukar Umara, who is the president of Yerwa Toastmasters. He has a deep passion for social change, and he has demonstrated exceptional leadership in his role by driving initiatives to enhance communication and foster personal growth. He is also an advocate for youth empowerment and community development. Please join me as I welcome our moderator for today's after-work session, Toastmaster Muhammad Bukar Mara. Over to you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muhammad Ikrama, and a very good evening to you all, distinguished you all on this very auspicious evening. I think Toastmaster Ikrama has already laid a very strong and solid foundation for the conversation we'll be having tonight. And I would be wasting no much time because I think he has already done that. I would go straight into citing the profile of our resource person. He's none other than someone who is a distinguished Toastmaster, which speaks to how many years of experience he would have gathered within the Toastmasters community. And he currently leads the Club's Excellence Committee within the Program Quality Directorate. And he is currently working to develop initiatives that elevate club performances across district. Previously, he has served as a chair for Pathways Adoption Committee, helping clubs navigate the changes in the Toastmasters education system, like the one we are about to witness today. He's very passionate advocate for club excellence and has led and guided several clubs to achieve president's distinguished status, which means I have to hold his leg as much as I can as a new president. He has also demonstrated his focus on sustainable high-quality performance. In today's presentation, he will be walking us through the 2025-2026 Distinguished Club Program updates, covering mandatory club success plan submission and the introduction of the Smidley Distinguished Tier, with a blend of official guidance as well as real-world insights from club and district leadership experience. Please, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests, let's put our hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Damilare Olania. Please, the floor is yours now.
Thank you very much, the excellent moderator. Good evening, everyone. Good to see everyone on the call. I can see Mr. Didi, Sam Stefan on the call. I can see the CGD. I believe the PKD will be on the call. Good evening, everyone, and I will excited to be here tonight. We're about to explore the changes in the DCP, but these awards actually have criteria for you to get these awards. So today I'm going to be sharing the changes that have occurred in the past 1 month, and these changes have actually taken effect July 1st. I'll give me a second for me to share my screen. Am I able to share my screen?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, give me a second. All right, I'll try and make this screen as practical as possible. I now have a lot of slides on my presentation, and I believe I'm going to shoot beyond the allotted time. So just pardon me ahead of time. Okay. Well, I do excited to be here today. I like the room to be buzzing. So if you're excited to be here today, can you just put in the chat box expectations? I'd like to hear about your expectations. Okay, I think even Zoom has a lot of changes right now. I'm like, okay, where's the chat box? All right, let me just go right into it. Give me a second. Okay, looking at the changes in the Distinguished Club program. So why does this matter? Now, one of the main mission of Toastmasters International is to empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. That's our mission. All right, some people are commenting right now. Let's see what's there. Oh, thank you very much, my CGT. Thank you. Okay. Now, the Distinguished Club program plays a crucial role in supporting this mission by providing a framework for clubs to achieve educational, membership, and administrative excellence. You know, when we say I want people to become better communicators and leaders, and we create clubs, as groups of 20, 25, 30, 40 people, how do we measure that? How do we know we're actually achieving our goal? I know there's saying that what you don't measure, you can't improve. So if there's no metric, if there's no system for evaluating the progress towards that action and leadership, then are we really being serious? So the DCP was designed, right, to help us measure and work towards that effective communication and leadership, particularly at the club level, the area level, the division level, and as well as the district level. So why is there an update? I noticed the coordinator for the English TLI English room was saying that without changes, things become stagnant. And what happens to things that are stagnant, let's say for water, can have all kinds of contamination, right? And all these are necessary because we're all growing as people, and most importantly, as an institution. So this is to challenge clubs to reach for higher goals, to make recognition more accessible for clubs at all stages, and to ensure that more clubs participate in the program. I believe all clubs are actually participating in these programs, because the club is not participating, go and find the president or find the vice president of education, like, okay, why is my club not achieving all these goals that other clubs are achieving? So what's new for 2025, 2026 for clubs? So the changes that are effective, right, are being proposed are take effect as of July and the following year. So if you are listening to this, right, so only get this information right now, time. Thing I'd like to mention that these are the plans. I'm going to go in depth to them during my presentation. Is the club success plan. Now, we've always had the date for a long time, but it was not a requirement. The awards meant for the clubs to organize themselves at the executive level, but now is required for clubs to complete the club success plan and submit the club success plan by September 30th. Let me repeat that again. Plan that all club executives are supposed to meant to complete and submit the club success plan by the 30th of September. Now, if it is a new club, as any chartered, expect to complete the club success plan within 90 days. 90 days, like 3 months. Within 3 months of chartering a new club, you're meant to submit your club success plan. Now, if you're a professor, that's next, you're listening, you're on this call right now. Then also, there's also now the highest is club, right? That's status. Now we have the Smedley Distinguished. Until now, the Smedley Distinguished was reserved for the district. Now clubs can now get the award. I think we should get some like, yeah, we should celebrate that really. So now I can now vie for the Smelly Distinguished clubs. And I'm actually envying the current club president and ESCOs rather, because you get to be the first set of executives to this award. So that's massive, massive. And the fourth one is that the membership qualifying requirement for all these, the select distinguished, distinguished present to the floor right now. So let's go to the next slide. I'm not moving so fast. If you have any question, please put in the chat box so we can the questions and I give you the right answer. Let's look at the new display levels at a glance. So we have the distinguished, select distinguished, the new addition, the new baby on the block, and that's the Smedley distinguished. Okay, so let's look at the three main things. So the club sources plan submission, like I said, it's very critical. So the club source plan submission is to be submitted for you to for any distinguished awards, distinguished, smelly the clubs, right? The club as first, that's very important, very integral already on their club service plan by now, because it helps to guide, it helps to create a vision or operate as a club. Now let's look at the membership requirement. For distinguished, you need to have at least 20 members for you to qualify for the distinguished status of the club. You have 20 members as of April, not this now, but each year, so you have to start right now. So which means that for you to have that, let's say your club, and one thing you need to do is, I'm going to talk about this later in the training, but let me just mention that right now, is that as a club, even when you're doing your club source plan, you need to evaluate what your club did well last year. So if your club historically have been struggling to even get what we call the distinguished status, then you know that, okay, now I'm in a real battle right now. So I need to start right now. I need to up my game and start right now, which means I didn't start doing what we call the membership drive right from day one. You don't have to wait till the end of the year and you start begging your members to, call their friends and get new members in the start. Is that card for me? Let's get into the group of the presentation, please. That's not for me. All right, so you need to get at least 20 members for you to qualify for distinguished, or at least 3 new members. So it could be 3 new members, it could be dual members. Maybe you have a member from another club, or let's say Yewato, some other club, and wants to be a member of a club. It's still allowed. So it could be 3 new members, or dual members, 3 dual members, or reinstating members. So let's say you have old members who have not renewed in, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years, and they're coming back and trying to renew their membership. They qualify as new members. That's that. And also for it to be a distinguished club, you need to have at least 5 DCP goals, that DCP levels, you need to get at least 5 DCP points. You need to get that. I'm going to give you, I have a chart showing the DCP point on the next slide. I'm going to show that soon. Then for you to get the select distinguished, like I said, you still have to submit your club service plan. What you can see is that everything, the foundation that holds these awards, the dissipating, is the club service plan. And I can, like I said earlier, it's very integral. So you have to submit your club service plan by September 30th. Then the membership requirement for, so similar to the distinguished, except that or you have a net growth of 5. So let's say last year your club was had 10 members, which is weird. Well, let's say you add 10 members, and if this is able to have a net growth of at least 5 members, or who are dual members, or could be new members, or it could be reinstated members, and you have at least you get your 7 goals when it comes to DCP, then you're qualified to get the select distinguished. The present distinguished is similar to, but at least that's having 20 members. and similar to the requirement of select distinguished. Then the goals we need to achieve will be at least 9. So let's look at smelly distinguished, the new baby on the block. The main requirement there is that you have to have at least 25 members, which is beautiful. I know many clubs who are on this call are going to meet the requirement for that, having at least 25 members a club and getting what we call 10 over 10. So when you get 10, 10, then you have more than 25 members in a club, then you're going to get the Smelly Distinguished Award. So the beauty of that is that we're looking at having bigger clubs, bigger and vibrant clubs. So you don't have to just have an over-bloated club, but clubs where the members are speaking, where the quality of meetings are great, and where the club is achieving excellent according to the DCP criteria. Okay, so I've explained the fine print there. So let's move to the next slide. So we're talking about DCP. So for new members or new ESCOs are not familiar with what we call the dashboard, this is what the dashboard is going to look like at the beginning of the mandate. You're going to have the so what we call actually not that the educational training. I believe
It looks like we are losing you, DTM Damilare. Is that only from my side? Can anybody confirm they can hear him?
I cannot.
No, we cannot.
I cannot hear anything from my side. I've lost
Okay.
him also.
Thank you. Thank you. Distinguished Toastmaster Damilare, can you probably check with your internet connection because we have lost you and you've been like stuck in for the past almost 20 seconds. If this persists, you may want to maybe probably turn off your video. I don't know if it's possible you turn off your video, but I think we've lost him entirely now. So just before he comes, I'm sure a lot of us would have a lot of questions. The item that would be having immediately after his presentation would be question and answers. So just so we make it snappy because we are already behind schedule. I can see the green card has gone up for the past minutes, and I'm sure it should have expired by now, but it's been extended just so he's able to cover his session. So let's keep our questions handy and we can be able to drop that to him immediately he gets back and we then proceed.
He's back.
Okay. Okay, we have him back. DTM Damilare, can you hear me? Are we good now?
yes, we're good. Apologies, please. Apologies.
Okay.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, give me a second.
Yes, take your time. This happens. We understand.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. All right, can you see my slides? And can you hear me?
Yes, we can see
Am I
them.
good to
If you
go?
could put
Yes,
it
we
in
can see your
Oh,
slide.
presentation mode.
We can see your slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a second. Okay. So we have I was talking about the administration getting the members renew their dues and submitting the club officers list on time. So that's about the administration. They have membership. Then we have the education goals, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. And the beauty of it is that as members are achieving their goals, the clubs are also achieving their goals, the division, the area, the district by extension, and even Toastmasters International by extension is achieving their goals. So it's just about, it's a symbiotic kind of relationship. And that's why I know the form of leadership we practice in Toastmasters is quite critical and essential. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. All right. I talked a lot about the club success plan. Now, in the past, the club success plan was a document, a PDF document that you print from the dashboard, and you gather your people together in a formal meeting, then you discuss, you break bread, you do that, which was actually fun. But now the club success plan can actually be completed online. You can find that in the club central, and so it can be filled out online, and it's actually quite interactive. It's quite interactive, and I would suggest, I don't feel like because now a requirement, then maybe one of the club officers is going to take the responsibility and is doing that by himself or by herself. Don't do that. Try and work with your team so that you guys have a coherent vision, a mutually agreed vision that you can work through and towards with each other. So it's a streamlined process replacing the lengthy PDF format. Now, to qualify for distinguished club status in the 2025-2026 program year, the plan must be completed by September 30th. So it's quite important. So try and do that. Now, in terms of place and timeline, so like I said earlier, the calendar year is July 1st to June 30th. So I've said this too many times, so I've broken the record. Submit the club sales plan by September 30th or 90 days post charter of a new club, and try and monitor the progress of a club on the club central. You can also do that on there's a let me call it a universal dashboard for all the clubs in the district. You can check that online. I'm going to show you now after the presentation. So you can do that and just try and monitor the growths of a club. All right. So let's look at okay, so let's get into just, let me say, browse through this. This is for the area. So for the areas, what are the updates when it comes to the DRP for the area, and the focus for DCP. So let me just browse through that. So for distinguish the club visits for the areas, I have to submit club visits report online for at least 75% of the club base by November 30, or at latest for, okay, at latest May 31st. Okay, second one at May 31st, latest for visit 2. Then not net loss of clubs. So we don't expect any clubs within the area. There shouldn't be a non-net loss, which means that let's say you lose a club, you're able to get another club back. So that means there's no net loss. So that's the interpretation of no net loss there. Can I just remove this? All right, okay, I think it's clear now. So 50% of the number of the grassroots clubs, that is the base clubs, right, distinguished. And when you look at the site distinguished, almost similar, submitting the club list. So these are things that have always been there for a while. No net loss of clubs. 50% of the number of the base clubs are distinguished, plus one distinguished club. That's for select distinguished. For the present distinguished, no net loss of clubs. 50% of base, 50% of the number of distinguished base clubs, plus one distinguished club, plus net growth of one club. So you can always go through that. I believe I'm going to share this presentation if you need that, so you can go through that. And again, this resources are also online for you to browse through and check, for you to see the latest changes when it comes to the DRP for the area, as well as for the division 2, as well as for the district. All right, this is undating my slides. So that's for the district, and so we have the criteria for the district too. So this is for the division, the division updates, looking at no net loss of clubs, no net loss of gain for the eligibility criteria. For instance, the eligibility criteria for the clubs meant is that they have to submit their club size plan by September 30th. And for the division, it's very important that there's no net loss of clubs. can see my time is almost up, so let me just go towards the end of the presentation. So what are the tips for clubs? So first is start early. So if you are a club officer and you're on this call, you're doing the right thing, you're starting early. So draft and submit your club service plan before September 30th. So this is July. And so you have like August, September. So you have about 2 months for it to submit that. Don't have to wait till then because the process is actually lengthy. There are a lot of questions for you to answer in terms of several areas about the administration of your club. So I want you to take time to go through that. And one thing again you have to understand is that what we learn Toastmasters extend beyond the club, extend beyond the administrating the club. These are things that can also apply in your areas of life, career, family, sites, and all. So take your time to go through the process. Then recruit early to meet membership thresholds or net growth targets. So try and start developing a system for onboarding new members into your club. You work with a VPN, work with a VPR, or have a committee that does that, ensure that you're able to grow your club and meet the targets if you're anticipating you reaching the present distinguished, the smelly distinguished, or whatever award you're trying to achieve. Then ensure at least 4 officers attend both training periods for Good 9. That is the COT, that's the club officers training. They submit renewal and officer reports on time and review your discipline reports regularly to stay on track. So frequently asked questions. Well, let me just address some questions. So for instance, if you are a member of a club and you felt like last 8 years ago, 10 years ago, you achieved the present distinguished, are we going to get the new smelly distinguished because we got 10 over 10, we had about 25 members and all? No, I'm sorry to say no. So previous years, DCP achievements are static and will not to be modified to align with the new program changes. So, and the next question could ask is, why isn't my recent submission showing a dashboard? That is something we've experienced over the years. And what usually causes that is because towards the end of the month, a lot of people are trying to submit their reports, trying to submit their awards, trying to submit the educational goals and everything. And there seems to be like a traffic on the site. And because of that, the updates may not reflect instantly. Just wait for a while, maybe a week or so, you get to see the updates on the dashboard. So you shouldn't freak out. Just rest assured that you've done the right thing, and the updates are going to reflect on dashboards with time. So thank you. Smelly Distinguished is a new Pinnacle goal starting 2026 this year already. Submit your club service plan before September 30th. The club's excellence team is always available to support you. So I'm chairing the club's excellence committee. I have amazing people in my committee. So just reach out to anybody in the district and they point you to us, and we're here to support you to achieve your goals. Thank you very much. I'd like to share something before I leave. You can check so you want to see the report, daily reports, the resource online. I can put the link maybe on the chat box so you can go through that. First, I can see how many clubs have submitted their club service plan reports. You can see that this club have not submitted, right? This club has submitted, that's Guani, right? Has submitted, all these clubs have not submitted. Russia has submitted on the 25th of July. So as the committee, a member of the committee, or the chair of the committee, so we have access to this report. Even you as a member have access to this report. Go through that and see, and also check with your executive to be sure that they're doing the right thing. And I'm going to share the link on the chat box, and also we have the general performance right across the district. You get to see how your clubs is performing compared to other clubs. Also help you to up your game and do the right thing. So thank you very much, everyone. And I'd like to see if you have any feedback for me, any questions. I'd like to answer the questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Damilare. That was a very interesting session. I mean, very detailed. I love how you put together your slides. Very self-explanatory. I'm sure if we are able to have this resource for people who have not been able to attend, this could be very, very helpful. Thank you so much for sharing that. The floor is now open for attendees, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. If you have questions, please let's take the next, I think 5 minutes for question and answers before we get to one of the most interesting part of today's session. You can either use the raising hand, icon to ask your questions, or drop your questions on the chat box, and DTM Damilare would be responding to that. Does anybody have a question? Are we ready for Smithly Distinguished this year? It's a new challenge. I can see today's session is new challenge. Yes, I see a hand up. Toastmaster Muhammad Ikraman. Afula Paro.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Damilare. I noticed you mentioned that we need a net growth of 20 members at the end of the Toastmasters year for the club to be a distinguished club. Can you explain further? Does that mean that even old clubs that maybe have a membership base of, say, 14 members must have 20 members at the end of the Toastmasters year? Or is it only for new members, for new clubs that have started with a membership base of 20 and must maintain that 20?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much for that brilliant question. So let me go through that again. So what I said was, so to qualify, let's say for distinguished clubs, right? You want to become a distinguished club, you need to have a membership base of at least 20 members. So that's it, right? You have to have at least 20 members. But let's say last year the club had, let's say, 5 members, which is weird, not true. Then you have a net growth of, let's say, 3 new members. So 3 members could be 3 new members, dual members, or recruiting members. Then you're qualified for distinguished. So it's either a base of 20 or an additional of 3 for distinguished. For study distinguished, also has a base number of at least 20, then a net growth of at least 5. Then present distinguished have a base of at least 20, then of net growth, then small distinguished at least a base number of 25. I don't know if that's clear.
Does that answer your question, Toastmaster Ikrama?
Yes, I think it's clear now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can see Toastmaster Zainab Usman has been raising her hand. You can go ahead to unmute yourself and ask your question. Toastmaster Zainab. Toastmaster Zainab, are you with us? I assume we either have lost you or you are speaking while you're on mute, but I can see you here, but we can't hear you. Toastmaster Zainab, you can go ahead and ask your question. We have less than 2 minutes to wrap this session, to wrap this particular section. Okay, looks like she's not close by. I can see her on the call, but she's not responding. So I can imagine she's probably not with the device. So we have less than probably roughly about a minute. So distinguished Toastmaster Damilare, can you just give your final words on how best club presidents as well as VPEs can work together to achieve the new challenge for the DCP?
Okay, thank you very much for that brilliant question. So I'm going to say the same thing I've said, is that work on your club's service plan. And you have to approach it not as a DCP point or a DCP requirement, but as something that's integral in having an excellent club. So what makes a club excellent? It means a club that even you as a club president is proud to attend as a member. And for you to have that kind of club, you need to have is solid vision, because look at the parent organization, Toastmasters International. We have a vision, we have a mission, we have goals, we have a system for measuring the goals, DCP, right? And most importantly, enjoy yourself. Have fun being the president, have fun being the VP, the VPM, enjoy it, and look at how you can translate the leadership experience and lessons you're getting as a club officer and translate that into a career, translate that into your society, and being a better Nigerian, better Ivorian, better Digital 130 ambassador. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Damilare Olania. That was a very fantastic, interesting session, full of knowledge, full of new, ideas and insights on how best clubs can be able to reach for the stars. Thank you so much. I'm sure he would still be available for people who might want to meet him bilaterally or reach out to him if you have any challenges about how to reach that particular height. I'm sure they would be there to support everyone. I think the major takeaway for me is as club presidents or VPEs or club officers, let's do it while we are having fun, because of course it's fun. This is the Toastmasters. Virtually everybody had themselves in the Toastmasters. And one of the best ways we can be able to achieve our goals is to do it while we like it. And that way we can be able to achieve the goals effortlessly. Thank you so much. And now we are getting to one of the most interesting part of today's session, which is a quiz. And this is not just an ordinary quiz because it's a quiz that comes with a prize at the end. And to do this session, we would be displaying the quiz questions. Please, we encourage everybody to participate in this quiz because I think it's one way to really charge up our brains and make sure that we are not just here to listen, but we are also here to participate and also to energize our brains in this very, very evening. So to begin the quiz, we would be displaying questions and people should participate at the end. We would be calling the prizes, rather the results for the quiz, and then we would celebrate the winners. Session coordinator, Toastmaster Ikrama, are we ready to start displaying? Yes. You would have seen the first, sort of question come up. Now, please the whole questions, try as much as possible to answer within the time. By the way, I'm also participating in the quiz.
No, you are not alone.
'Are we participating? We have 11 questions for the quiz and a very, very little time. But I'm sure we have been equipped by distinguished Toastmaster Damilare to really answer these easy questions. Virtually everything from the quiz questions were discussed, and I can see some of them were even dealt with in the question and answer sessions. That should make it as easy as possible. "11 questions for 11 minutes. We've already lost 4 minutes, 3 minutes rather. We have 8 minutes left. I'm sure even if someone were to begin now with 7 minutes, we should be able to do that. While we do that, let me just take a moment and recognize some of our district leadership in the room. I can see we have the district director herself, Distinguished Toastmaster Stephen. A very good evening to you. We also have the CGD, Distinguished Toastmaster Stella George. I've seen you for the past, since we began, I think. You've been here very early. Let me also recognize Division C Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Ian, as well as Division G Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mary Harry Abonika, our Division Director. Let me also recognize my brother, Distinguished Toastmaster Abakar Gimba, Division Director D for Division D, as well as area directors, club presidents, whom time might not permit us to mention everybody by their name. Other Toastmasters within the room, VPEs, I have seen a lot of you, IPPs. Thank you so much, Distinguished Toastmaster Stella George. Do we have anybody who have finished before, like by this time? I'm sure we would have the gurus among us who have finished the whole 11 questions in probably 3 minutes. Has anybody finished answering the questions? You can raise your hand by show of hand to indicate if you have finished answering the questions. And you have almost 5 minutes left to yourself.
17 people have already finished the quiz, so
Wow,
for
interesting.
the others,
That's
so far it's just 41% of the
interesting.
attendees. So
That's impressive. I can see Ayuba Tiyub is also raising his hand to indicate that he has finished and submitted the quiz. Um, I think this question is probably not for the moderator, but probably the coordinator, Toastmaster Muhammad Ikrama. There's a question that is asking whether the winners will be categorized along the Smidley 11/11 or President Distinguished 10/11.
it's not a DCP goal. So
Dis- Distinguished Toastmaster Paul, don't worry. You're going to see the you're going to see the gift for the winners.
Okay, oh, I'm watching. Good evening.
Tell me we have 30-something submission by now. I mean, out of almost 43 participants, we should have 30-something by now. The lowest we should have is 30. Okay. Here we have less than a minute. 50 seconds. 49, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39. Okay, the countdown begins now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. I'm sure we would have received a lot of responses by now. And the winner is somewhere seated within this crowd, not knowing he or she is the person. But okay, time's up. But before we get to the part of results, this is a very, very interesting event, as short as it is, as well as the way we gather in the spirit of excellence for clubs. It's only fitting if we pause to celebrate how far we've come within this year. It's just like a month, I think, into this Toastmaster year, but I think a lot has been achieved, especially for me, a new president. I can speak on that as much as possible. To do this toast, I would like to call on someone whose presence itself embodies grace, and that person is none other than Grace herself. Please, let's put our hands together as I welcome Toastmaster Grace Mekanu to give us a toast. Please, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much. So, moderator, Toastmaster Mohammed, I can see the quiz result has been posted, but let me go straight to the toast. Good evening, District 130. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are joining us from. We're going to have our toast, please. So get your cups, get your glasses and your wine or your substances into it so that we'll have a toast today. Today, we're going to be toasting to the core values, the pillars that has helped Toastmasters to stand all through for over 100 years. So if you're all ready with our glasses, if you can on your video, that would be fantastic to on it so that I'll be able to see you as you raise your glasses up. So we raise our glasses today and we give a toast first to integrity, the foundation that has held us high right from 1924 all through to this year, 2025. To respect, the language that we use to bring in our guests and to communicate with each other in Toastmasters. To service, this is who we are. We learn by doing. So it's shown in each and every one of the service that we do in our club and also playing roles as club officers. And finally, to excellence. This is our identity. This is what we portray in every single work that we bring out, in every single club meeting that we have, in every single trainings and leadership roles that we exhibit this. So tonight, I say that integrity, respect, service, and excellence always guides and leads you as Toastmasters in all that you do. As you continue in this mandate, I trust that this will be the pillar that will hold you up to. So cheers and cheers and cheers. Raise your glasses and give a toast, please. If you have anybody that is close to you, please do the toast. Thank you very much. Back to you, our moderator of today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Grace Maikanu. That was a very interesting one. Of course, to integrity, to excellence, and to everything that we stand for as Toastmasters in this very esteemed convention. At this particular time, we would be announcing the results for the quiz. And to do that, I would like you to project the results. I don't think I've seen the result. You said you've projected the result. Can you do it again? Hello, coordinator. Toastmaster Ikrama, do we have?
Yeah, Zoom Master can display the Zoom Master. Can you display the
Yeah, it's
gift
coming.
for the?
Coming up, okay.
Okay. DT and Paul, get ready.
A little issue about result sharing. Maybe you can go and we will do it later at the end.
Okay, we will do it later. If that is the case, then we would be skipping, and I think it's always good to give that suspense before we see the results. So that the winner doesn't start getting excited and miss the last item. So we would be going to the final words by the TLI committee. And to do that, I would be inviting the TLI committee chair to handle that, but I would be handing over back to you, Toastmaster Ikrama, to do the honor, right?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, for doing this wonderful job that you did today. It's really great seeing how smoothly everything went. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Damilare, for the impeccable training and the enlightenment about the new changes in the Distinguished Club program. This is the afterwork session that every single president, every single vice president education, and every single club executive should be able to go and watch on the District 130 YouTube page so that you arm yourself with the information needed for you and your club to be able to succeed. You cannot say you do not know when you do not seek the knowledge you ought to have to be able to do what you need to do to succeed as a club. So it is no longer an excuse to say that you didn't know something has changed or something has existed in Toastmasters. We already have the templates. We already have the trainings ongoing. It is left to you to go and watch and arm yourself with the information. Thank you so much for everything you've taught us today. I don't know if Distinguished Toastmaster Edith is here to say a vote of thanks. Distinguished Toastmaster Edith, the TLI chair. Are you with us?
Distinguished Toastmaster Edith seems to be busy giving another speech.
Yeah, okay. She's probably giving a speech at the French room.
Exactly, I can imagine.
Okay,
We,
in that
Distinguished
light,
Toastmaster
thank you
Edith,
so much.
à vous la parole. In case you are
I don't know
speaking,
if
you are
she can
muted.
hear.
Please,
Oh yeah,
can we
and
have
she's
the
muted.
slides?
Yes, so Distinguished Toastmaster Damilare said he's going to share it. We're going to send to
Okay,
the
because I
division.
joined
of-
late.
It's all right. DTM Edith is speaking at the French room. So
I
we're going
want
to
my award.
excuse her. Are you coming here? Distinguished Toastmaster Edith. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for attending. Thank you to the district leaders. I am going to give special recognition to our very own marble of the district, the Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Stella George, my personal favorite. Thank you so much for being here throughout. Thank you so much to all the division directors that I've seen in the room. At some point, I saw Distinguished Toastmaster Stefan, the district director himself, and then the division directors from 3 different divisions. And I've seen a lot of past presidents and presidents of clubs. I can see a lot of past area directors and present area directors of different areas. Thank you so much for being here. And for the next afterwork session that's coming up, I urge you to invite as many club leaders as possible so they can learn from everything we're doing at the afterwork session. The more members we have, the more the knowledge is going to proliferate, and the more knowledge gets disseminated, the more we're going to see quality in our clubs, and the more we're able to get more members to join Toastmasters. Thank you so much. And at this juncture, we call this afterwork session to a close. Thank you so much, Mr. Zoom Master.
Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a wonderful evening and good night.
Toastmaster Imran, where is my award? I got distinguished score 8/11. That's not fair. I want my award.
Please. Hello. You people should not joke with the latest DTM in town.
I have my award. I won. This is not nice.
Yes, sir.
This is not nice. Toastmaster Grace.
Do you know what? No. This is a distinguished.
No, Master, please.
This is a distinguished.
This is not nice.
My DTM, let me plead on their behalf, please.
No problem. We'll meet in Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Well done, guys.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you. Yes, justice for DTM.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Grace,
Have a great
for being
week.
a wonderful assistant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So good to be here always. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, DTM Gimba. It's good to have you here. Thank you, Didi.
Good to see you again, Toastmaster Grace. It's good to see you.
Hi, good to see you, Toastmaster Josephine. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, have a good night, everyone. Yeah, bye.
All right, you too. You too. Bye.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye.
Yes.
DTM Edith, are you saying something? You're muted.
She is muted, but we are going to share the winner of the quiz.
Okay, right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the members have gone already.
Oh, they are gone. Okay.
Yes, but I think we can still do that since we still have about 15 people.
Yes. Okay. So let's find who win quiz of tonight after work. So is it a man, a woman, or? So the special afterwork award goes to, can you guess? To Paul.
Oh my God, he won!
Oh my goodness.
He's our winner.
Oh wow.
Congratulations. He is the one who submitted the most.
He he knew that he was going to win. Maybe that was
Yes,
why.
seems like, yes. That's fantastic. So this is his
I would
award.
definitely share that with him.
Yes, this is the award, a book that
Yes.
will send the book to him.
All right, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. Thank you.
Our coordinator, definitely you're going to say and stand that to him.
Yes.
Yes.
He stood his ground. He said he has won.
He did win.
Yes, he did win. Fantastic.
Seems like our TLI chair want to speak, but you
Is
are
it her network that there's a challenge?
she is muted.
Yes. The team edit, you're muted. We cannot hear you.
Unmute yourself, yes. Oh, this is challenging.
She's still muted.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Ouais. Ah, comme c'est vous là, avec mon grand-père maintenant, il ne peut plus tirer des prix. Ouais. Vous allez donner des opinions à partir des moyens. Bon, comme c'est que ça là, très belle bosse. Ouais. Ah, comme c'est vous là, avec mon grand-père maintenant, il ne peut plus tirer des prix. Ouais. Vous allez donner des opinions à partir des moyens. Bon, comme c'est que ça là, très belle bosse.